As teachers, we all know that there's a lot of things that we are responsible for other than just teaching content. We are the architect of our environment. Within the four walls of our classroom, we're creating a community that is accepting of everyone, that makes everyone feel like they belong, that is conducive to learning for everyone to learn. And then in addition to that, we as teachers, we are, because we are the only one in the room that is addressed by their surname, we are expected to be a role model by the things that we do, by the things that we say, by our reactions to things that happen in the classroom. Students are looking at us. And one of the other things that we're supposed to set the example for is just emotional intelligence. We are supposed to set a vision for students to reach for when it comes to emotional intelligence. You know, students, depending on what age they are, they're not there yet, right? But we as teachers, we're supposed to give them a picture of the future of what can be if they just follow your lead as teacher. And here I have a video for you. We have a teacher who just really goes off the deep end and makes a terrible decision. And this video is out there for all to see, including parents to see. So let's just take a look at this. There's no sound to it, but here we have. Let me set this up for you. Here we have a teacher. I'm imagining the teacher has a class. The teacher has left his class, and the teacher is following a student. So that's the setup here. So let's watch and see what happens. Again, there is no sound. So you have the teacher running after the student. Teacher grabs the student, instructs the student to stop with the hand on the backpack. Come over here. I have more to say to you. There you see the hand. Now, again, I believe this teacher, he's got a class full of students that he's left to chase after this student to tell this student something that he wanted to tell him right then and there in the middle of the hallway. So here we go. And then there is that. This teacher lost his mind. Lost his mind. Obviously, that is never acceptable. That is never acceptable. And I started this by talking about emotional intelligence. That's our responsibility as teachers. Now let me be clear. Like it is definitely okay to get firm, to even get angry in reaction to things that students do. If they're interrupting your class, if they are making it difficult for you to teach, for their peers to learn, yes, you have a right to get angry, to get firm, to let it be known in no uncertain terms that you need to cut it out or you're going to be out of here. Period. I strongly believe in accountability for students. You need to hold them accountable. And if they don't want to be there after you've climbed the ladder of intervention, then we need to get them out of there. I 1000% agree. But this reaction is, this person has crossed the line, and that should be it for this person. That should be it for this person. You don't do that. And you just see like the rage right here, and like just the lack of care, the anger. I'm imagining that this is a principal. Looks like they have a walkie on their hip, or maybe a hall monitor. Somebody who is able to take charge of this situation and instruct the teacher that, whoa, this is out of control. We have crossed the line. This is just really, really bad. I got a teacher who's fired up, angry, has got this student, and you can just only imagine the video. You can only imagine the audio. Excuse me, the audio here. Perhaps this principal heard this teacher. Perhaps this principal heard the sound of the student's body jerking back and hitting the wall after this slap. But you just don't do this. You don't do this. This teacher has just lost their mind, and at this point it's time to find something else to do. Like, look at the hemming him, the jamming him up against the wall. Like, what is that? Like, this person has his mind lost his mind. And what's crazy is it's hard to it's hard to sift through this and weed people out who have the capacity to do something like this in an interview. It's just hard. I mean, you could ask them and say, "Hey, would you ever chase a student down and put your hands on a student and slap them upside the head?" Of course, the answer is, "Oh no, I would never do that. I love all children." That would be the answer. So it's hard to weed this out. But obviously, this person right here, this person shouldn't be in this profession. Like, that's it. That's you can't do that, and it's just really hard to come back from something like that. So I obviously know that we here, we never do anything like this, but I wanted to share this with you, as this is something that a teacher did. And sadly, it happens every year, where you have teachers just making decisions that just really, really make you scratch your head, and you just can't understand it. But there it is. This happened 3 years ago, so hopefully, this. I know that this teacher has been disciplined, and most likely fired, let go. And I hope that this video follows this person if they did try to get another teaching job. Like, this is forever. The internet is forever, and so this is just awful. And I know perhaps he would say in his defense, "Well, you don't know the behavior of this student." I mean, still, there's no justification. There's just no justification. He was just so angry, on a mission. Just this tall guy, this tall, imposing figure. I mean, you could paint that picture, to chase this. This is unacceptable, unacceptable, and we all know that. Just I wanted to share this with you, as just as a reminder. We're expected to be role models. We're expected to handle very difficult and stressful situations, and the students are watching our reaction. And and when you react in an appropriate manner, I want you to know that the students are watching you. The students are taking note, and the students are gaining even more respect for you and your leadership, when you're able to respond to situations in a measured manner, not go over the top, not take things personal, not appear like, it's just depending on what kind of day you're having. That's going to dictate the way that you treat your students. No, they want to see that you are a person of discipline. They want to know that you're a person who continues each and every day, no matter how you feel. You care about them and what's going on with their lives, and if they're getting the content, yes or no. And you're also working hard each and every day, no matter how you feel, to create an environment that is accepting of everyone, that everyone is having a good experience in being in your room. When they see that, they're taking those notes, and they're understanding that, yes, it is possible to react to things in life in a measured manner, to not overreact, to not be pessimistic when things go wrong, because they have an example of what it's like to be measured, to be balanced throughout life. Just understanding that, okay, things are gonna be okay. This isn't the end of the world. I can bounce back from this. I've seen it happen. So that's why I wanted to share this with you. That's a lesson that we can learn from this. Obviously, we're not putting our hands on students. This gentleman is in a class of his own, and so hopefully he's not in a class right now. So thank you so much for watching. That's our video for the day. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget that teachers are leaders.